Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, an LT WRIGHT Gen 3 rendition, if you will. Before we get started, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats show that number's going down, but anything above zero is unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. We're back to blue over here, despite what anybody else thinks. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we try not to break the damn law. And if we do, we feel pretty bad about it. And then finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So here's the deal. My guy, Timbo437. Timbo437. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to the dude. He's awesome. There will be a link in the description. Sent me the LT WRIGHT Gen 3. Now, I am on kind of an LT WRIGHT deep dive, thanks to JR, thanks to Timbo437. And this one, I believe, is the biggest one LT WRIGHT makes. Now, we're going to do the Donnie B All-day drop test, the Donnie B All-day throw it at the stump test. The balance was super, super good. Let me start off with a couple things, guys. First and foremost, when it comes to the wood stuff, bushcraft stuff, I am a novice at best. So bear that in mind as you're watching the video. This is a learning channel, learning journey, meaning I'm learning my journey. The other side is this. I'm just now learning more and more and more about bushcraft after spending a weekend at Blackie Thomas's gathering. So you're going to see a little bit of woods working, a little bit of woods crafting, bushcrafting, but you're going to see some chopping in this. Now, one of the reasons Timbo sent me this knife is we wanted to test it out as a chopper, not a designated chopper, but can it chop? Will it do the trick? And if you're going to take a chopper, who do you send it to? Well, you send it to old Scab. Who the hell else? So there's that. So Timbo, thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, and I love this knife. Let me give y'all some specs. It is made by LT WRIGHT, American made. Y'all seen that brown leather sheath? Gorgeous. Got the dangler option on it, but it is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous sheath. And it rides pretty good. The knife itself is 01 tool steel. I am a big 01 tool steel fan. It's 3/16 inch thick. The overall length is 12 inches. The cutting edge is either 6 1/4 or 6 1/2, somewhere in there. So that tells us then we have about a 5 1/2, 5 3/4 inch handle. Ample handle. We're going to talk about that handle in 1 second. It has a saber grind, and the handle scales are micarta. Now, it's full tang, saber grind, straight up badassery. I do need to make a quick amendment. And I need to thank Tom Ritter. If you're not subscribed to Tom Ritter, please do so. He's an awesome guy. I've been saying this is a Nesmic model. That's not true. Timbo sent me a Nesmic model, but of a different company. Got a little crossed up. This is more of a Kephart design, and I freaking love Kephart knives. I really do. I love that blade design. It's very, very functional. Now, what we tried to do during this demonstration, I call them tests, but they're not tests. Y'all know that. I say it all the time. We don't do shit that's scientific. Basically, man, we try to cut up as much stuff as we can. We try to slice as much stuff as we can. We try to chop what we can. And here's the point of my videos, honestly. One is to document my journey as I'm trying to increase my skill set. But two is, how does a knife function? If you just walk up, I'm a novice, no doubt, pick up a knife, how does it handle? The better the knife handles, guys, in a novice's hands, the more you may want to take a look. Let me say a couple blanket things about LT WRIGHT. Fit and finish, always on point. Materials, always on point. Sharpness, on point. Overall, guys, and let me not the sharpness of the edge, not just the cutting edge, but the spine. They put a nice 90-degree spine on there, okay? We strike a ferro rod somewhere in here. I can't really remember where I put it, but I'm going to be honest with you. LT WRIGHTs, when it comes to like striking ferro rods with the spine, they're incredible. And to the guy who watched the damn other video and said, you use the spine, not the edge. Go get some glasses, son, because I never use the edge. All right? Would I use the edge in an emergency situation? Well, if it's an emergency situation. But with the LT WRIGHTs, you don't have to. They're very, very sharp spine. The micarta handles, the handle scales on this are very comfortable, no hot spots. We did the John Peters stab test where we stabbed the sidewall of a tire. We do some chopping. We do a lot of batoning. Now, would I normally baton? Probably not, but for the sake of a demonstration, testing the edge a little bit. And when I say testing the edge, I mean seeing if there's any rolls, any chips, any weak spots, how's the heat treat, etc. We're going to do a good bit of batoning, or right here we'll do some batoning just to kind of beat on the knife. These are usually 4x4 or 2x4 pressure treated boards that I use. A lot of times they're seconds and have a lot of knots in them. So it's a good way to put the edge through a little bit of a challenge. The other thing I would say about this knife is this, and I say we're going to talk about the handles. Those micarta handle scales, there's no hot spots, but here's the thing. The size feel, to me, if you want something comparable, would be like a BK2 or a BK9. Now, these are far, far, far better handle scales, but listen to what I'm saying, because some of you, no, kid, I'm talking about the size. It fills up your hand nicely. I love that. I've got a bigger maul. It fits good, very comfortable. And guys, this really, truly, honestly, for a Kephart design, this is a bigger knife. Now, Timbo wanted to check out the chopping. And you see right here, it got some stellar bites. I had to change a little bit, change the chopping a little bit, because it was biting way down deep in there, and I didn't want to just keep wrenching on the knife like I'm doing there. And again, novice at best, we're still learning. Here's the thing that I like that I like about the handles and the size of the handles and the length of the handle. When I'm chopping, a lot of times I'll drop my back two fingers off the handle. With the diameter of this handle, you can do that comfortably and have a very secure grip. The micarta is done exceptionally well. And right here, this is probably a 2.5 or 3 inch diameter log. It takes a minute to get through it, but will it chop? You're damn right it'll chop. And again, not a designated chopper. This knife is too much of a tool to just put one thing on it. You can do a lot with this. It's strictly your skill set. The only thing I believe that would limit you with this knife is yourself. And I don't mean that as a slam. I don't mean that as a slant. I'm just saying it's got all the components, all the capabilities. I am a huge fan of this knife. We tried to do some different types of chopping. A little bit out of position. How does it handle? Because in the woods, not everything's cookie cutter. Not everything's perfect. So I wanted to show you some different angles, different views. The knife held up very well. The other thing with this Kephart design, guys, is it is absolutely a slicing machine. This is this is that piece of oak we cut down, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So it's getting good and dried out. And if you mess with oak any, you know that slicing it becomes more and more difficult the drier and drier it gets. The Gen 3 has zero problems. All in all, and I'm dead serious on this knife, I'd have to give it straight out the box, straight out the chute, a 10 out of 10 for me personally. That's just my personal feel on it. It worked incredibly well. And right here, we're going to just do a cut a quick branch. This is one of the trees that fell over. So what I wanted to do is cut a quick branch, do some quick, not really feather sticking, but just kind of push around the edge. Just keep circling the edge, going deeper each time as we go. Just kind of cutting, slicing, go all the way around the diameter until we cut it in two. The knife held up very, very well. And to be such a sharp spine, honestly, I've got my thumbs on the back. No real discomfort there, honestly. Just making a quick tent stake here to show you how it handles. It handles very well. We are going to do some traditional chopping here in a second. Timbo, brother, I love this knife, man. Absolutely love it. Now, here's the deal. I tried to take out all the bullshit, all the walking around, and just show y'all almost 11 minutes of action. This knife got it done, son. You can see the deep bites there. Now, this isn't a green limb either. This limb's been sitting there a few days. And you see just how well this knife does. Now, we're going to jump up about a ½ inch on a different log and do the same thing. Will it chop? Absolutely. Is this a knife I would depend on? Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, not a designated chopper. I would say this is as close to a one-tool option as you can get. It's got a bigger blade, but it's slicey. It can chop. It can be used for small tasks. It is a beast of a blade. No rolling, no edge damage whatsoever. And you see right there, man, just some quick, and these aren't just over my head screaming down chops. These are quick, hard, fast chops. Love it. Real quick, guys, Donnie B All-day is marching to 10,000. Go over and subscribe. My guy Joe from Steel Forged and Fire is on a march to 2,000. Let's get him there. And then my guy Timbo437. Dude, thank you so much for letting me test this. I love this knife. Y'all check him out. Guys, listen, do me a favor. Myself, I'm trying to get to 10,000. I appreciate y'all checking out this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit like, hit subscribe. Listen, happy 4th. Everything's going to be all right. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.